Today we are in Koh Chang, that's the third biggest island of all over Thailand. But in comparison to other Thai islands, it's still less crowded. Therefore, it could be a diving secret. And on this island, the absolute highlight for divers is the HTMS Chang, which is the largest shipwreck you can dive in all over Thailand. So Koh Chang sounds like a real diving gem. But is it really? We will find out if it's worth spending your money for diving here. We're gonna go diving today, so we have an early start into the morning, but let's go!
We got all the snacks you need. 7-Eleven is our best friend. There we are. Let's go inside.
Good morning! We're doing the dive there with BB Divers. I think it's the biggest dive chain or company on Koh Chang and also on the neighbor island. So they are pretty much set up and the location is also awesome. It's like on the middle of the pier already. Just the water right in front of the shop is so crystal clear. It's like 1 or 2 meters and it's so clear. You can see like the bottom here.
The shop's really big, looks so professional. It's the first ever dive shop here that has seasickles just in case, and we've been on pretty heavy waves before, especially on Koh Lipe, so I understand why you give them. Let's go to the boat. I'm really excited to see what size of boat it is. That's the one. It's quite a big boat actually.
That's like the best boat I've ever been on. It's so massive. It looks like freshly painted. And they have like big mattresses all over the floor, so you can just sit and sleep in between the big dives. And it looks like so good. I'm very impressed.
To successfully compare all the islands and all the dive spots we will be diving on for this channel, we set up a review system out of 5 criteria that we are gonna compare, and in the end, of course, we will tell you if it's worth it spending your money on diving there. The first dive was supposed to be an easy shallow dive. When we arrived at around 14 meters, the ground was covered all over by coral. There was no ending to all directions. We're back from the first dive and it was really good. Actually, the first part wasn't that good. The visibility was really shit. We almost lost each other. We almost lost our diving instructor.
We lost the dive instructor.
But he found us again. And then we went into the corals. There is so many hard corals, soft corals. So much to see, especially if you look close. You see some nudibranch, some squid, no squid.
Shrimps.
So much to see.
And the visibility got, like we swam around the main rock formation and then the visibility got so much better than we saw like 10 meters or something. It's not like the best ever, but really good visibility. It was amazing and so many corals. It was so good.
I think it's actually one of the best coral dives I've had before, because there were so many hard corals and then soft corals, and there was this big rock we've been swimming around and then some smaller rocks full with coral.
But focus definitely the corals and not like no crazy fish. We saw one stingray that was nice, but no big fish, no sharks.
And 3 morays. We saw one together and then I saw 2 more.
For us it felt like walking in a park but just underwater. It was awesome, but unfortunately there were like no fish, very small fish just near the corals, so that's definitely not a highlight there. The variety of the corals was not huge. It was mostly these beautiful rose-shaped stone corals. We've never seen them before, so that made it awesome alone, especially because we have never seen a field of corals that big. Even though it felt like diving in another universe with these special formation, for us the variety was missing a bit, so Koh Chang corals get a 4 out of 5. But now dive number 2 is the thing why we're here. It's the biggest shipwreck in Thailand you can dive to. It's like an old Navy ship. It's more than 60 years old and it's about 23 to 30 meters depth, so it's gonna be a deep dive. Okay, we got a massive briefing as we go inside of some parts of the ship. He also told us they had whale sharks like 1 or 2 weeks ago. It's not a season for whale sharks, but they randomly had whale sharks. But we're probably not that lucky.
We descended on the line to about 25 meters depth, and already on the descent we had a massive school of silverfish around us. The dive master told us before that we will see huge fish schools, and he definitely did not overpromise. We don't know how to describe diving at the HTMS Chang because it was overwhelming and so uncomparable to anything we ever dived before. We dove all around the ship and even through some outside corridors. and ended the dive ascending around the ship mast, which reached up to 5 meters, and there we started our safety stop. Literally all the time we were surrounded by huge fish schools, hundreds of thousands of yellow snapper, and it was unbelievable for our eyes. So this is an easy rating in terms of uniqueness. The HTMS Chang is so unique, so uncomparable. It feels like being in a different universe. It's definitely a 5 out of 5.
Dive number 2 is done. I think this was honestly one of the best dives I've ever done. It was so freaking amazing. We went down and down and down, and you could already see the shipwreck. We went into the floor, or between the floors of the wreck.
Like an outside floor where you have pillars to the right side and the ship walls to the left side.
And we've never done this before, so I was kind of scared when he told us that we were going to do it. But when we did it, it was no problem at all. It gave me so much confidence in my diving skills and in my buoyancy skills, because I could stay there easily. But you can see on the footage that I am kind of
So narrow also.
Yeah, like looking around, always checking.
For sure, for me it was the dive site with the most fish I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can honestly agree. I've been diving at Sipadan, which is a natural reef. This is the artificial reef kind of, but it's so worth it. If you're in Koh Chang and you're diving, you definitely have to go here.
About the dive at the HTMS Chang, we are going to publish another video, subscribe for that, where we go in depth about how it is to dive there.
The third dive was a coral dive again, so we don't talk too much about it. It was similar to the first one, so let's rate all the other criteria. First, diving conditions. On all 3 dives there was basically no current, and we also didn't have big waves at the surface, so that was definitely easy. And considering the temperature of 29 degrees, it's also very, very warm. But Clara still took a vest because she's still freezing at 29 degrees.
But this was perfect.
To be fair, the visibility underwater was not crazy, as we are used to it normally from like Thai dive sites. But we were there like in the ending of rain season, and we also had massive thunderstorms the night before. So it was not the perfect condition to start with. Therefore the diving conditions in Koh Chang get a 3.5 out of 5. The next criteria are animals. Even though we saw so many huge fish and fish schools at the wreck, the other dive site did not have a lot of fish, especially no big fish. It feels like you come to see the fish at the wreck. For the other dive sites, it's definitely more about the corals. Though the day before we went diving, the fishermen even saw a massive whale shark, which we were looking for on our dive day. So I'm pretty sure you can get some nice surprises in Koh Chang if you're lucky. Therefore, we give the animals at the wreck a 5 out of 5, even a 6 out of 5. But the rest of the island dive spot we went to just get a 2 out of 5. So here we are again with a 3.5 out of 5. Last but not least, the value for money. All around the island, the price for 3 dives on one day is similar, with 4,000 to 4,500 baht per day plus 400 baht of national park fee. And this is like $120 to $130 per day. We would say the price for diving in Koh Chang is a bit higher than other islands in Thailand like Koh Phi Phi or Koh Tao, but it's definitely less crowded and there is no mass diving tourism. We never had so much time to prepare, or like literally no pressure to jump into the water. The dive master were so calm and always waited for us, so it's really like VIP experience. It's uncomparable to the other dive experiences we had until now in Thailand. That's why we give Koh Chang a 4 out of 5 for the value for the money you pay.
So overall, we rate Koh Chang for diving a 4 out of 5. If you love wreck diving or you ever wanted to try it again after you're advanced, you definitely have to go diving in Koh Chang. Thanks again for BB Divers for letting us join you on the dive day. It was a truly awesome experience, and if you want to dive in Koh Chang as well, you definitely have to message them to get your days booked. See you in the next one. Bye.
They have cookies. I always eat like all of the cookies of the boat.
You can help yourself, guys.